Hi there, students. A stumbling block. Okay, a stumbling block is something that makes action or agreement more difficult. So, for example, if you have a negotiation between two parties, a major stumbling block would be something that stops an agreement being reached. If there is a major stumbling block, then both sides will need to compromise. Okay, so a stumbling block is something that is an impediment, an obstacle. But normally in a negotiation, in reaching an agreement, stumbling block is talking about circumstances. It's something that is it's an obstacle to progress. It's an obstruction that stands in the way. So I think one of the major stumbling blocks about this sale is to do with the price. Okay, so this stumbling block, this hindrance, this impediment. Phrasal verbs are often a stumbling block for students of English, because the phrasal verbs are quite difficult. One of the main stumbling blocks of this project is lack of funds. Okay, it's one of the things that's holding it back. So it's something that's preventing an understanding, it's preventing an agreement. So there are several major stumbling blocks that must be resolved before we can make any progress. So literally an obstacle to progress, a hindrance, something that that stands in the way, something that's got to be removed, something that you need to circumvent or surmount, something that stops you from doing what you want to do. My plans hit a stumbling block when my dad refused to lend me his car. So it's talking about an obstacle. The major stumbling block to this is the cost. The difference in ages between the different people in class was a great stumbling block, but I think the difference in abilities was an even greater stumbling block. Cash flow is very often a stumbling block when you're trying to grow a small business. Okay, so this is a stumbling block. His lack of good English was a major stumbling block to him getting promotion. So it's an impediment. It's something that makes life more complex. It's a problem which stops you from achieving something. So it's a difficulty, something that's in the way because you stumble over it. It's a snag, it's a hurdle, it's a drawback, it's an obstruction. So I wonder what the stumbling blocks to the reunification of North and South Korea might be. One of the main stumbling blocks to research is the lack of qualified people. Disarmament is a major stumbling block to this agreement. Reducing spending on health could be a major stumbling block for the new government. Both sides of the argument insisted on being right and refused to give way, and this is really a major stumbling block. I think their pride is a stumbling block to progress or to agreement. Okay, so a stumbling block, it's like a block that you trip over, something that's difficult to get past. So formality, a stumbling block. I think I'm going to give it a 4.5 in formality. Use anywhere, maybe not in something very formal though. So, a stumbling block. Whoops.